works now.
Thank you, Mr. Rahandi. Am I audible?
Yes.
Thank you very much.
But it's echoing. It's very much.
Thank you. To the Honorable Dean of Faculty of Law, Diponegoro University, Mrs. Professor Dr. Retno Saraswati, SHM Hum. To the Honorable Vice Dean for Professor Dr. Nazura Abdul Manap, Bachelor of Law and Master of Law, the Dean of Faculty of Law at the National University of Malaysia, who is also a Professor of Cyber and Information Technology Law at Faculty of Law, the National University of Malaysia. To the respectable discussant, Mrs. Dr. Adia Pramita Prabandari, Bachelor of Law, Master of Legal Institutions, and Master of Law. And also to our distinguished guests, participants, ladies and gentlemen. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Peace be upon you. Good morning, and we are delighted to welcome you to the visiting lecturer regarding of social media and copyrights held by Faculty of Law Diponegoro University, Semarang, Indonesia. My name is Gaby Elizabeth, and I will be guiding as your Master of Ceremony for today's visiting lecturer. Before we begin, allow me to read our agendas for today. First, there will be a welcoming speech by the Vice Dean of Faculty of Law, Diponegoro University, Mrs. Dr. Trilaksmi Indreswari, followed by the opening of the discussion session and also an introduction of our speaker by our discussant. Then we will together listen to the general lecture session delivered by our speaker, Professor Nazura Abdul Manap, followed by question and answer session that will be guided by our discussant. Then we will hear a closing statement by our speaker and a concluding statement by our discussant. And at last but not least, there will be a photo session with all participants and also the closing session for today's visiting lecturer. Now, I would like to invite our honorable guest, Mrs. Dr. Trilaksmi Indreswari, the Vice Dean of Faculty of Law Diponegoro University, to present her welcoming speech. To Mrs. Dr. Trilaksmi Indreswari, the floor is yours.
Halo, Miss Adia. Miss Adia.
Hello. Sorry. Take no problem. Prof.Nazura,
We are really sorry for the inconvenience. To Mrs. Dr. Trilaksmi Indreswari, the floor is yours to deliver the welcoming speech.
Yeah, thank you. Yeah, okay. Honorable Dean Faculty of Law, Universitas Diponegoro, Professor Dr. Retno Saraswati, SHM, Honorable Dean Faculty of Law, the National University of Malaysia, Professor Dr. Nazura Abdul Manap, LL.B, LL.M, students, all participants. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Good morning. First of all, Alhamdulillah, praise be to Allah Subhanahu wa Ta'ala, who has been giving us guidance and blessings
Ladies and gentlemen, please wait for a moment. We are trying to connect again with our Vice Dean because the signal is very inconvenient here. Please wait for a moment. Thank you. To Professor Nazura and our distinguished guests, we are very sorry for the inconvenience. We are trying to connect with our Vice Dean, but it's still unreachable now. So we are going to continue our agendas for today. But again, thank you very much for Mrs. Dr. Trilaksmi Indraswari for coming here at today's visiting lecturer. We are going to continue regarding of social media and copyrights delivered by our astonishing speaker, Professor Dr. Nazura Abdul Manap, guided by our respectable discussant, Mrs. Dr. Adia Paramita Prabandari. But before that, first allow me to introduce our discussant for today's lecture. Mrs. Dr. Adia Paramita Prabandari achieved her Bachelor of Law at Diponegoro University, Semarang. She then achieved her Master of Legal Institutions degree at University of Wisconsin-Madison and her Master of Law degree at Diponegoro University, Semarang. She then also achieved her doctoral degree at University of 11 Maret in Doctor of Law. She has published several publications that can be found on reputable national and international journals. And her areas of expertise, one of it is international law in the digital area. Without further ado, please welcome Mrs. Dr. Adia Paramita Prabandari. Mrs. Adia, the floor is yours.
Okay, thank you, Gabby, for hosting and kindly reading my curriculum vitae. Okay, good morning, Prof. Nazura. Good morning, everybody. I think we should skip the formality and just entering to the session. Okay, well, so first of all, I would like to welcome our honorable speaker, Professor Dr. Nazura Abdul Manap from the University Kebangsaan Malaysia. And before we begin with her speech, I would like to introduce Prof. Nazura by reading her astonishing curriculum vitae. Okay, so Professor Dr. Nazura Abdul Manap is a professor in information technology at Faculty of Law, the University Kebangsaan Malaysia. She is currently the dean of the faculty and recently appointed as a deputy chairman of the Malaysian Copyright Tribunal. She obtains her Bachelor of Law with honors from the National University of Malaysia, followed by a Master of Law in Corporate Law from the University of London, and the Doctor of Philosophy in Law from the International Islamic University of Malaysia. Her areas of expertise includes information technology law, intellectual property law, and mediation. Prof. Nazura has been in the academic field for almost 26 years. During her years of service at the university level, In addition to lecturing in the field of information technology and intellectual property law, she also assisted the faculty by teaching courses such as contract law, sales of goods law, commercial law, remedies, entrepreneurship law, media and communication law, and heritage law. And as an academic, she has supervised dozens of project papers, master dissertations, and doctoral theses. Prof. Nazura's writing and publications can be found in popular and high-impact publications, both locally and abroad, such as the Dewan Bahasa dan Pustaka, UKM Press, and Longman and Metro Hill. She shared her expertise in intellectual property with her involvement in programs organized by the Intellectual Property Training Center conducted by the National Institute of Public Administration. This effort is being carried out by the Intellectual Property Corporation of Malaysia, MyIPO, and Prof. Nazura continues to assist MyIPO in providing training to researchers, administrators, arts activists, teachers, academics, and top management of universities, cultural activists, and also other related groups. She is also organizes several national and international seminars and conferences, including cyber law seminars, intellectual property seminars, and the Tuanku Jafar International Conference in the year 2000, 2001, and also 2010. She has also been attended the training for intellectual property lawyers organized by the Japan Patent Office in Japan. She has held various administrative positions at the UKM as coordinator of the Masters of Intellectual Property Executive Program in the year of 2008 to 2012, followed by Deputy Dean of Graduate Studies, Research and Collaboration in 2016, then followed by Deputy Director of Collaborative Innovation Center in 2017 to 2019, and currently she is the Dean of the Faculty of Law of UKM. Prof. Nazura also contributed to the formulation of several policies at the university and national levels, involved in drafting UKM CCTV policy, UKM's intellectual property and commercialization policy, UKM's cybersecurity policy, and the UKM Libraries copyright guidelines. And in addition, her expertise was recognized nationally and internationally when she was appointed as a consultant to amend the Copyright Act 1987 to meet the requirement of the Trans-Pacific Agreement, and is also frequently called by the Intellectual Property Corporation of Malaysia to provide ideas of on the improvements of copyright law. Prof. Nazura is recently be appointed as a Malaysian expert consultant by the World Intellectual Property Organizations, WIPO, to assist in establishing the enhancement of a national intellectual property policy in Malaysia. Wow, a long and bright career, Prof. Okay, without any further ado, I would welcome Prof. Nazura Abdul Manap. Assalamualaikum, Prof.
Waalaikumsalam warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Very good morning.
Yeah, very well, Prof. Today you will deliver your speech on copyright issues in social media, the fine margin between sharing and stealing content. This is very interesting because nowadays I think mostly people share the content in their social media without thinking whether they are sharing it legally or illegally and stealing other people work. Okay, so due to the limit of time, and so sorry for the trouble with the signal, I think Prof. Nazura will be given approximately 45 minutes, Prof, to deliver the speech and then followed by a discussion session. Because this is a very interesting theme for our participants, I think it is better for us to have the discussion session longer.
Yes.
Yeah, okay. So the platform is yours, Prof.
Thank you, Dr. Adia. I couldn't agree more with you because I think the session on questionnaires, question and answers is so important, and very substantial, so that you can see the issues in more more, I think, significant ways. Yeah. Okay. May I share my slides? Yeah.
Yeah.
Right. I have quite substantial number of slides, but I don't think that I'm going to be very long in every each of the slides. It depends on the needs. Yeah. All right. I'm sharing now. All right. Can you see it? Yes. Yeah.
Perfect.
All right. Okay. So okay. Right. As as what mentioned by Dr. Adia just now, thank you very much for very, very, I think, what I should say, I've lost the words there. I think something you said, which is kind words, yeah, about me makes the day for me. Yeah? I think for the whole day. So I think I am very happy. Yeah, early in the morning. You're very clever, Dr. Adia. So I think I have the feeling that we will, have a very, very fruitful discussion. You're not only listening to me. Of course, you have to listen to me because I'm giving you lecture this morning. But then please be attentive. Then take away whatever that you think is perhaps, triggering questions from you, and please ask. I love to address any questions here from the floors. Yeah. So the issues here is actually specifically made like this because there are a lot of legal issues in social media. Yeah, I think next week I will be talking about legal issues on social media as a whole. Yeah, which is something else. This is more of very specific on copyright issues, as you have read my CV. Yeah, I think my main specialization is on copyright. Yeah, and why is it I put there subtopic the fine margin between sharing and stealing content? Because when you talk to people, they will say, even my students, they said that, oh, it's not a problem. There is no legal issues. There is nothing, not a big deal for us to, to just, we don't do anything. We just take, and share. Yeah. After all, it's already there in the Facebook, in the, in the YouTube. Yeah. It's no harm for us to share. Yes, you can share, but you have to be very careful. What are the works that you are sharing, and in what way, and what is the purpose of sharing? So that is my purpose today, to try to address these questions. Say sharing or stealing content. Sharing meaning that I can say that it's a positive word whereby you are allowed to share because it is legally permitted. Yeah, but stealing, the word stealing also is just like theft. You steal people's work and it's not supposed to be done, right? Okay, then this is the objective of our lecture today. Yeah, so that you won't go haywire. You understand what I'm trying to actually focus on. Yeah, first is to, of course, before we can actually, I can actually highlight to you which part is sharing and which part is stealing. You have to know what are the requirements in copyright. To what extent copyrights is available in social media. So you have to know. Once you know that, because we ourselves is the user of the social media itself. There are two parties here. We, the users, perhaps you are also the owner or the author of the copyright work, and the other party is the other users of the internet. Yeah, so they might use your work or you might use other people's work. Yeah. And then, of course, this will bring to the next issue, which is the potential infringement of copyright in social media. So you have to know your rights and your liabilities. The first part is your rights. The second part is your liability. Yeah. Okay, this is among the contents. So we have about 6 to 7 content. Yeah. One is, of course, before you go to the crux of the issues, you have to know the introduction or the introductory part of copyright, which is the background. Macam there are proverbs in Malaysia, tak kenal maka tak cinta. So you have to know the copyright itself before you can like copyright. Yeah. So, and how actually copyright has to do with social media. Then, of course, you have to know the meaning of the copyright itself, the meaning of the social media, what are the protectable elements for copyright, and what kind of acts amounts to the infringement of copyright. And of course, if you say that there are, for example, quite a number of infringing act, which amounts to infringement of copyright, then there might be an exemption to it. Yeah, there might be an exemption to it. Okay, so just give you some I don't think that many people, we use social media every day, but do you know that how actually the social media develops? Yeah. If you talk about internet, it started somewhere in 1969, yeah, with ARPA. Yeah, ARPA is the armies, yeah, American armies, yeah, American armed force, yeah, forces of the secret communication. Yeah, they started with that. But I think somewhere in 1980s, 1980s, these armed forces ways of secret communication has become commercialized. So that's why, yeah, once it has become commercialized, meaning that it is no longer for the army. It is now used by the people, the citizen of the world. Yeah, borderless. That's why then we started to have a borderless world. Yeah, globalization, whereby you are no longer confined to your border. Yeah, because of this internet. Then comes 1980s and 1990s. This is where the internet developed, grew so rapidly. Then this internet technology is the reason of the development of online communication services. Yeah, which is, I think you might, if people learn about IT law, yeah, learn about IT, for example, these words or brand of CompuServe, American Online, and Prodigy is I think familiar to you. Yeah. So this is through digital communication, of course, via email, bulletin board messaging, and real-time online. That started with that. The one that we are having now is actually the, I think the developed, yeah, or the developed format of email, bulletin board messaging, and real-time online chatting. When you look at your Facebook, for example, yeah, people always say, these young people always say that Facebook is for old school. Ya, I'm old school. Ya. Saya tua tapi tidak tua sangat. Ya. Hati masih muda. Ya. So I'm old school. I like Facebook. When you look at Facebook, there are emails services there. There are bulletin board messaging. Yeah, whereby you can actually share your your messages, in terms of you can share your message via textual message or via pictures, pictures, or you can also share your videos, for example. So that is what we call as bulletin board messaging. Yeah. Then of course, real-time online chatting. You can chat. You can send your Facebook messaging. Yeah, that's why I said that this element in which is actually initiated by CompuServe, America Online, and Prodigy has now been, it has grown to what we are having now. Yeah. So in 1997, it is the earliest social media networks whereby this all email, bulletin board, and real time has been put into what we call as 6 degrees profile uploading. Yeah, this is the starter of the social media that we are having now. Yeah, then of course 2001 followed suit where they started to have Friendster. I think some of you who are not that young, I think you have used this Friendster as well as the MySpace. Yeah, MySpace also is something that is very, very, I think, popular around that area, around that time. Yeah. Okay. And then, okay, a little bit on copyright. So now background, intellectual property of copyright. Copyright is part of IP. For those who have not yet familiar yourself with the IP regime, yeah, intellectual property is the huge encompasses of I think quite a number of rights. Yeah, I'm not going to discuss this one by one today because we are only focusing on copyright. I have 45 minutes as what Dr. Adia said to me, emphasized 45 minutes for me. So this I would say that has happened, yeah, as early as 600 BC, yeah, before Christ, meaning that it is before still very, very long time ago, where Sybaris, ancient Greece, yeah, actually recognized intellectual property right to bakers. Yeah, bakers pembuat roti. That's why I put the very delicious look of roti there, yeah, of bread there, yeah. And then, of course, at that point of time, there was actually that the bread baker was given exclusive rights for 1 year for their recipe of bread, as well as the way they do it, the way they come out with the good bread. Yeah, that is at that point of time. They don't call it copyright or they don't call it anything. Yeah, but that is from the history. That is how this IP protection born, yeah, because of this roti by Sybaris ancient Greece. Yeah, just to give you some old concept of copyright. Yeah, copyright, as I mentioned just now from Sybaris. Yeah, it's actually um, they are the nations that started to give rights to the author. Yeah, this is the old concept. Yeah, from Rome and Greek, and then this is where when you look at the name, it is very famous. Plagiarism. It is from the words plagiaris. Yeah, by Roman Greek, yeah, which means abductor or kidnapper. So meaning that if you take or you steal other people's, at that point of time, I think is the information or the knowledge or the writing, yeah, without getting permission, they call it you are actually committing plagiarism, which means you abduct or you kidnap. It's a kind of it's kind of an offense, yeah, during that day. And then it has been condemned as immoral, yeah, and contemptible practice, but no law against it at that point of time. Yeah, but then modern law of copyright then born in late 15th century because of the invention of printing. Yeah, because last time when you write, you have to write it by your hands. Yeah, hands writing. So to come out with the massive um, copies, yeah, of writing is quite impossible because you need so many people to write the same thing. But then when they invented printing machine, then they produced multiple copies, yeah, of book, cheap and quick. Then the new or the modern concept of copyright came in. Yeah, right. So now, of course, we talk about copyright. I know that not all of you knows, yeah, or familiar about the meaning of copyright, because some people say that, oh, I want to patent my book. Yeah, I want to copyright my device. So from the words, from the statements, you know that that person is confused, yeah, in terms of the IP protection of works relating to intellectual property. So this is the meaning of copyright. You have to know what is the meaning of copyright. Copyright started, yeah, with literary and artistic work. So of course, literary, like you write something, you write in terms in the form of books, say in the form of poems, in the form of short messages, or perhaps stories. Yeah, old people, they like to give stories. That is their kind of or the way of entertainment. So that is also can be protected in copyright. Yeah. And that's why it is started or associated with literary and artistic works that are pure creation from literature and art. That they started with like that. And it is expressed, yeah, in the form of words, symbols, music, drawings, whether it's two-dimensional or three-dimensional or combination of all. Yeah, later we will discover that there are a lot of other for example, pictures or creative artistic work, yeah, that is not two-dimensional, because nowadays, especially when you use certain apps or certain technologies, you can actually come up with so many things. That's why now you have what we call as what do you call it, 3D printing. Yeah, have you heard of where China, yeah, has actually made or has actually built up a building. I can't remember how tall is the building. I think more than seven levels. Yeah, 7 levels of building in about 1 week using 3D printing. So this 3D printing is now very important, and it is actually protected by the copyright. One of the IP protection is copyright. Yeah. Right. So then what is social media? So you must know what is the difference between blog, between websites and social media. There are differences. Yeah. Because social media is an internet-based form of communication. Because normally when you have, let's say, for example, websites is perhaps one way of communication. They give you everything there. But if you want to download, okay, I allow you to download here. Okay, you have to listen to my video. You have to read my text. All about the people who, create the content of the websites. Not so much of the other parties, the viewers that can actually give inputs. But it's different from social media, because social media, you can actually, is a platform for you to have conversation, to share information, and even to create web content. So you can share. That's why social media is about sharing so many things. Yeah. So sharing here connotes the act of exchanging, distributing, and receiving content. So the users can exchange, distribute, and receive content. Yeah. But the problem, not to say problem, but the challenge is, what are the content that they are sharing? Because this will bring to the issues of copyright. Yeah. Right, types of social media. I think you might seen this. If you don't understand this, I think you come from the era earlier than me. I know that here, nearly 200 students, you are very young. Yeah, I am also young at heart, always. Yeah, but then you should know this. For example, the social network that we already always refer, always, even in the morning when you open your eyes, you grab your phone and say, what is the message in my WhatsApp? What is my message in my, is anyone attracted to my posting, the posting that I sent last night? How many likes? That is normal nowadays. Yeah. So Facebook, Twitter, LinkedIn, yeah, what more? You can mention to me what else? Twitter, Facebook, LinkedIn is the social networks that they perform or they run the platform as such for them to be recognized as social networks. Yeah. The second one is media sharing networks. Facebook, you have a lot of things. Of course, you have videos, pictures, text, but you just cannot see what are the primary content in the Facebook, because it's a mixture, a combination of many content. But media sharing networks, you can see Instagram is about video. You just can give some captions, very short one. Snapchat as well as YouTube. Yeah, of course, you can put something that, because I said that I'm an old scholar, old school, of course, scholar normally old. Yeah, I'm old school. I like Facebook because you ask, whoever that is, I think in the same age as me, we like to read more than watch, because the new younger generation, they are screen generation. They like to see the screen. If people like me, we love books last time. Yeah, books now is, I don't even see my kids read books. They read their handphones. They read the screen. They read, but they read it through screens. Yeah. So this media sharing network, Instagram, Snapchat, YouTube, is all about listening and watching. Yeah. I do, but not so much. Yeah. And discussion forum, Reddit, Quora, this is where you can ask questions. When you say that, who are the tallest people in the world? So suddenly Reddit can come answer. Quora also. Yeah? Sometimes Wikipedia as well, if there is answer inside that. Yeah. Bookmarking content creation networks. This is Pinterest, Flipboard. Another one is, I think, Share Slides. Yeah, all this bookmarking. Pinterest is very nice. Yeah, when you want to renovate your house, for example, if you want to have a holiday house, you want to get more ideas. Yeah, you can get it from this Pinterest. Yeah, consumer review web networks. This is also important for travelers. Yeah, before COVID, I would say that I am a very not to say I am quite active in traveling. Yeah, I travel around the world. That's why I said that I love to go to Indonesia, all part of Indonesia, because traveling makes you a better person. For me, that is my perspective. Yeah. So normally we will look at, for example, TripAdvisor. So how? Because TripAdvisor actually will will give recognition, yeah, to, let's say, hotels or restaurant, you know. So if you go that you go to that restaurant that have TripAdvisor's recognition, they have like badges, a badge that you have put in the restaurant. So that is like is actually they actually speaks, yeah, the on behalf of the consumer, because consumer reviews make them eligible to get that particular TripAdvisor recognition. Yeah, so these are types of lot of social media. Right, so copyright law in Malaysia, I know that you have it in Indonesia as well. I'm talking about in Malaysia, but I'm talking about copyright as general as I can. Yeah, we have Copyright Act 1987 and regulations. Yeah, and of course, before we can get protection, we have to know what are the elements of protection that you should follow or you should fulfill before you can say that I am the proud author of the book, I am the proud author of my content in social media, and so on and so forth. Yeah, so requirement of protection in copyright, there are 4 copyrightable. It must be a work that is that has copyright in nature. The work must be original. It has to be reduced to material form, and you are the qualified author or owner. Yeah, I will go it one by one. Yeah, copyrightable work. There are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Yeah, from literary, artistic, musical, film, sound recording, broadcasting, performance right, and derivative works. Yeah, so no more statement saying that I want to copyright my device. I want to copyright, you know, I just invented a machine. I want to copyright my machine. No, because this machine is not under one of these categories. Yeah, I will look at it one by, just to give you some ideas. Yep, I believe that, as what mentioned in the class, that this is not IP students class, so I presume that not many of you that is actually exposed to what amounts to copyright, yeah, copyrightable work. So literary work. So now what I'm going to do is to look at the work that is protected in copyright and relate it to what is inside the social media. So yeah, because if you look at even the general writing about internet or about social media, they always said that 80% of the work or the content in the websites or on the internet is all about copyright. So remember, 80%, yeah, from the internet is actually copyrightable. Meaning that you can get protection from copyright. Yeah. So literary means something that is understandable, a work that is understandable. Yeah, which includes book. Can you understand the book? Yes. When I read, I can understand. Anthologies, journal, newspapers, articles, reports, conference paper, working papers, computer software and programs. So why is it computer software and programs? I'm the law lecturer. I don't understand computer software. I don't understand the programs. Because computer software and programs comes from what we call as source code and object code. Yes, source code is something that is only understood by the computer programmer. Yeah, whereas the object code is understood by the machine, by the computer itself. So according to the law, yeah, even though the computer software is only understood by a specific type of people. Like computer programmer only understood is enough. Yeah, not necessarily that all people can understand, then only it is considered as literary work that is protected under copyright. No, it doesn't work like that. It's just very logical. Let's say, for example, we Malaysia, Indonesia, perhaps we can talk to each other in our bahasa and we can understand a lot because we are serumpun, we can, speak a very similar language. But for me, I don't understand Chinese. I don't understand Chinese. I don't understand Indian. But their work in Malaysia is protected. Although I'm Malay, I don't read Chinese or Indian, but it's still protected in copyright. So that is the logical ways of thinking. Even for computer, it works that way. Yeah, even though it is understood by a small group of people. Okay, then letters, emails, novels, poetry, song, lyrics, databases, tables, and compilations. So you look at the social media. Remember, in social media, in Facebook, for example, you can find ebooks. Of course, a lot of copywriting because people is commercializing, doing advertising. Yeah, copywriting is an important part of social media, not only in Facebook, in Instagram, in YouTube. Yeah, they have copywriting. Yeah, literature. Yeah, something the works that is very high in terms of the quality, and also the conversation thread. What is the conversation thread? Conversation thread is where, let's say, I say something in my Facebook. I say that, oh, I am so tired today. I said, but I would like to do my exercise. What kind of exercise that I should do when I'm tired? Some people will say that, in the Facebook or in any type of platform that you're using or Twitter or not. Then people start giving comments. Yeah, in the comments part, they say that, oh, what you should do, you just do yoga, okay, or you just meditate, or you're just swimming, they said. So all those comments come, when it comes together, yeah, amount to what we call as conversation thread. That is what we call a conversation thread. For that kind of conversation thread, perhaps it's not, you don't have so much, not to say quality, is so much of, it's not that meaningful. Perhaps it's meaningful to us, but there are issues whereby some people, when you look at Quora, when you look at Quora, there are questions like here, I have problems, blah, 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 blah. This is the problem in the law. How should I overcome this issue? So people keep on giving, comments, opinions, views, even from professionals, from scholars. So there are also social media for scholars, specifically for scholars. So that conversation thread are very, very significant. You can actually collect the conversation thread and make articles. You can collect the conversation thread and make a chapter in a book. Okay, because it falls with knowledge and experience. So just to say to you that social media, you can actually find literary work in social media. So we go to the artistic work, second one. A painting, a sculpture, drawing, includes diagram, map, chart, or plan, and engraving or photograph, whether it possesses artistic quality or not. The good thing about copyright doesn't care about quality. You go everywhere in the world, because even though like in Indonesia, they have you have your own copyright act, akta, I don't know what do you call it, akta hak cipta ke? Kalau what is it called? Akta hak cipta,
Undang-undang Hak Cipta.
Undang-undang hak cipta, so we call akta hak cipta here. So then the law that we have, because it is based on the international laws. The law that the intellectual property that we have in Malaysia is indirectly governed by the international law, by the international treaties. For example, for copyright, we started with the Berne Convention on copyright on artistic and literary work, for example. So Indonesia become a member, Malaysia become a member, Singapore, UK, US, all the member of Bern Convention. So once you're a member of Bern Convention, you have to follow. Yeah, you have to follow the requirements or the needs of that particular convention or agreement, which made the law that we have in Malaysia, Indonesia, US, UK almost similar, although it is not identical. So the substantial elements in that particular international law must be what do you call it? Must be incorporated in our national or domestic law. So this is, you have to understand, yeah, how actually the IP or copyright work throughout the world. Yeah? In every each of the country who become a member of international convention or treaty. Yeah. So in social media, I don't think I have to tell you this, the example of social artistic work in social media. For example, digital art. You have digital art. You have non-functional token, NFT. For those who are very active, yeah, in doing Bitcoins, yeah, or cryptocurrency, you must know about NFT. Yeah, non-functional token, which is in the form of pictures. Yeah, I remember my daughter, she, paint, not to say paint, uh, she draws, yeah, she draws a kind of picture where she actually managed to sell it for uh, 2,000 over ringgit Malaysia, for example. A very simple one, but when they started um, to introduce NFT, not so many people actually interested in it, but now it's everywhere. Yeah, then they bought it. Yeah, because of the I would say that the uniqueness of every each of the drawings. Yeah, so this is NFT. You can see that it is a Bitcoin kind of drawings. Yeah, then architecture plan. So these are all things that we can find in social media nowadays. If you want to get, I have not now people there, instead of going for a bigger house, they go for a smaller house, like tiny house. Yeah, have you gone through some videos or even stories about tiny house? So this tiny house is a very nice house. Where people in the West, they, because I think one of the reasons why they move into a tiny house, because they have to pay so much money for their rental or for their bank loan. Yeah, so they go. So if you want to get, let's say for example, um, the um, the architecture or the plan for a tiny house architecture, you can have it anywhere in the social media. So it's very, very convenient, to get it in social media. Then musical works refers to written musical scores in form of sheet music, yeah, broadsheets or other notations. So social media, you can have all the musics. Yeah, even TikTok is known for the musics. Yeah, uh, in YouTube, yeah, in everywhere. Yeah, they actually have. Even here, you can have a book there. 8 social medias musicians should be using in 2020. So meaning that if you are a musician, you can actually use this social media platform for you to compose music. Yeah, so it is actually protected as a musical work under copyright. Then film. Film, I don't think that I will be reading the meaning. This is the legal meaning of film, but it is something like, creating a moving picture. Yeah, last time you was moving picture using we call it as film. Yeah, the translucent plastic, that is what we call film. But now it is not only confined to the translucent plastic, but it also covers the digital kind of film. So now, of course, in social media, video content is very, very famous. Yeah, this is, if you can see this pretty lady, Eva Zubek. Yeah, Eva Zubek. Yeah, I love her because of the content of her social media. She is the I think the only uh, lady that I found in the social media that travel the world alone. Yes, she traveled the world alone. And I read about her more. She is actually a student that, no, she actually graduated from, if I'm not mistaken, Oxford. She's very clever, I mean, bright lady, but very humble. I think you can go and find her in her either Instagram, IG, or in Facebook, or in YouTube. Yeah. So this YouTube is also a video content, which is also considered as film. What more if it is like Netflix? Yeah, Netflix, you can find it also in any social media as a link, for example, yeah, an animated film and video. So those things are available on social media, and it is protected under copyright. Right, then sound recordings, yeah. Sound recordings is also available in social media, for example, podcasts, yeah. And sound recording, what is the difference between sound recordings and music? Music is more of something that is basic, yeah. When when you want to create, I know that perhaps one of you here know how to compose a music. When you compose a music, it's either if you have the information or the knowledge on how to use the music keynote. So you will, then you write the music, just like us when you write something in your language. So they have musical language. So they write using musical keynote, musical note, or you use guitar or piano to create music, or humming, for example. I do not know. I'm lousy. I do not know how to use any musical instruments. So I'm humming. Yeah, like that. So that is also a musical ways of doing it. Yeah. But this sound recording is different. Sound recording is, if it involves music, it is more advanced. For example, you use sound engineer, to make it the sound better. Yeah, sometimes, yeah, when you listen to certain singer, when they sing in the album, it's very, very much better. But when they sing live in front of you, it's worse, because they cannot get to that, the highest key that normally they get in the album. Because in the album, they use sound engineers to pull the voice up to the very high level of note. Yeah, but some they can, like Siti Nurhaliza in Malaysia. Yeah, she is #1 singer. Yeah, she can, whatever that she sings in the album, she can sing outside. Yeah, some people know they cannot. Yeah, so they use the sound recording technology. And this sound recording is not only confined to musical sound. It only in also, have you heard of mukbang? Mukbang? Anyone knows about mukbang? What is mukbang? Just to get some interaction with all of you. Anyone knows about mukbang? No one knows. What is mukbang?
Go on, guys.
Eating broadcast.
Are you sleeping? Are you sleeping there?
Eating in a big amount of food.
Yeah, that's correct. That, although it's not very precise, but it's correct. Yeah. This is where people like to, if you don't have appetite, for example, you listen to mukbang. It makes you feeling like to eat more and more and more. But if you fat enough, don't listen to mukbang. It's very dangerous, because you feel like, eating is the way of using the what do you call it? The sound. It's a sound recording using certain speaker. Yeah, you put it in it, then you chew. So when you chew, you can listen to very, very, oh my god, yeah, very mouth watering kind of sounds. Yeah, that's why I feel when, yeah, here what she is eating burger. So you can see that normally people, when you eat burger, you cannot see the sounds of chewing burger, but when you use mukbang, they can listen to it in a very, very, as I mentioned to you, is very, very mouth-watering. So then this mukbang also, the sound is protected under copyright. If let's say now I'm drinking my coffee, for example, if I use mukbang, you can listen to how I am actually taking my coffee. But this one is without mukbang. Okay, all right. So mukbang is also protected. Come, I found, I get to know about these apps when I look at I browse through my my Facebook, then I found this Calm. So Calm is an apps where, if let's say, for example, you cannot sleep, yeah, you cannot sleep because you have problem with sleeping, so you can actually, uh, listen to this apps Calm. Yeah, they have like a raining sounds, rain sounds. They have like snow sounds or river sounds or waterfall sounds, seaside, the wave sounds, which makes you calm. So this is also a protected copyright sound recording. Yeah. What else if you have like smule? You know smule? I know that Indonesian, many of you has a very good voice. Yeah, you can sing very well. Yeah, very well. So normally I saw Indonesian like to use mule, you to actually duet with um the artist that they like. Yeah, as if they are actually duetting with the artist. Yeah, but yeah, that is actually the apps that was also protected under sound recording. Yeah, broadcasting, this is just like, you broadcast. You remember last time when we want to watch TV, you go and switch on your TV and listen to the news, watch the stories, yeah, whatever films or whatever things that is inside the television. But now you find your broadcasting in the social media. You find the TV in the social media. Am I right? Yeah, I know that you have in Indonesia. I've seen that my kids sometimes go and watch. Can't remember the name, whereby they found poor people and they make the house for the poor people. So that also is available in the social media. Yeah. Okay. Work of performance. Performance is something that you perform, do stage show, for example. That is also, you can find it in online. Now people, when during the pandemic, they cannot perform outside, outside the house, but they perform inside in TikTok, for example. Yeah, they will actually, dancing, yeah, or singing, father and son, or mother and daughter. Yeah, they do the performance using the uh, uh, Facebook, or using TikTok, yeah, as the social media platform. Yeah. Derivative works. Okay, derivative work is something I think not many people aware of this, but you have to know. For example, yeah, if you're aware of Harry Potter. Yeah, I know that all of us know about Harry Potter. Yeah, Harry Potter is a very great uh, product, novel from UK by J.K. Rowling, and that novel has actually made J.K. Rowling the richest woman in UK, yeah, the richest lady in UK. So this Harry Potter novel has been transformed into a film. Yes, I think 7 sequel films. So this film, yeah, the transformation from um, books to film, from novel to film, that is what we call one of the example of derivative work. Yeah, if you do terjemahan, yeah, translation work, that is also derivative. So it is all in the social media, right? So then second, that is one. So if you have, yeah, you go and look at whatever that you have, you create or you use other people's work in social media, you share, for example, yeah, uh, that is the work of copyright, which is actually protected, yeah, or recognized by the Copyright Act in your country and in my country. Yeah. Then second, your work must be original. Original meaning that it is not like patent, because patent, it has to be something that is the only creation in the world. But original in copyright, as long as you have the element of sufficient effort, meaning that, okay, I go to Dr. Adia's Facebook, and then I can see that Dr. Adia's doing something, sharing something about teaching online creatively, for example. So I get the idea, and I use the idea. I don't copy, I don't take it and copy your work, but I use the idea and then I come up with my own, even though it's with the watching and seeing your work, the idea has made me easy to come up with the new work. The new work belongs to me, even though it is basically based on your work, because originality in copyright is not like patent. Even though it's already available in the whole world, you can just get the idea and put it in your own ways. Yeah? You don't copy and paste. You cannot do that. Copy and paste is infringement. But if you get the idea, because in copyright, idea is not protected. Remember, idea is not protected. Okay, then next is reduced to material form. Yeah, you have the idea in your head, in your brain, in your mind, then put it in certain form. So normally in certain form is, you know, you type it out in your computers, or perhaps you share it in your social media. Yeah, that is also considered as reduced to material form. And you must be a qualified person, yeah, by fulfilling any of these requirements. So in Malaysia, if I'm citizen of Malaysia, in Indonesia, if you are citizen of Indonesia, I believe this qualification requirements is the same. Yeah, we Malaysia and Indonesia, yeah, we adopt the same requirements of qualification. Okay, so I know that in Indonesia you have to go and register, but if you are the member of the Bern Convention, Bern said that they don't actually encourage formality, meaning that you are not actually, it's not compulsory for you to register as patent or trademark. Merek, Merek, you have to go and register. But this one, it comes automatically. Since you fulfill the 4 requirements, as I mentioned just now, the work is copyrightable work, the work is original, reduced to material form, and you are qualified, you get it protected automatically. But the problem is, suddenly, 2 people or more than 2 people come up with the same work, and you will accuse, I will say that, Adia, I don't take your work. Dr. Adia, you took my work. So it's just like my works against your works, Dr. Adia. So it's very difficult, right? Because to this highly relying on the evidence that you have. So in Malaysia, what we do is we have to have a statutory declaration and affidavit, yeah, so that to show that you are the member. Immediately you do it once you complete your work, or you can do voluntary notification. You know, voluntary notification whereby you voluntarily go to Malaysian Intellectual Property Office and register and pay very insignificant amount of money, very small amount of money. Yeah, that is how it works in Malaysia. And then from you have fulfilled the requirements, then you, what kind of work? It's just like you go and buy jewelry, you go and buy a car, you go and buy a house. So from the once you buy, what rights do you have? You have rights of property over the house. So this is the rights under the law of copyright, which is right to reproduce. Yeah, the moment you have the rights, you can reproduce, you can show, you can distribute and communicate and commercially rank. Yeah.
5 more minutes, Prof.
Okay, then I will do it very quickly. Okay, I just keep this. Okay, copyright infringement. There are infringement of exclusive rights. Yeah, once you do or cause other person to do infringing works belongs to others, then it is considered as infringement of copyrights. Yeah, you can, if you import something inside your country without authorization, the infringing work belongs to others, is also considered as infringement. If you, let's say, hack into other people's work, also it's also considered as infringement. And if you remove, yeah, electronic rights management information. Okay, so this, once you do copying, sharing, distributing, yeah, without obtaining authorization from the owner, it involves the infringement of exclusive rights in the social media. Yeah. Okay, I think I have to skip this because of running out of time. Okay, exemptions. Yeah, once you, let's say, for example, you are being accused for infringing other people's work, but you said that I'm doing it for my private studying, you know, or for my what do you call it, is non-profitable research, so you can use it. You can use the reason of fair dealings, yeah, to safeguard yourself. Or you did for as parody, yeah, for education via broadcasting, library purposes, interest purposes, and disabled people education. In Malaysia, we have 25 exemptions. Yeah. Okay, things you remember. I come to the end already. Things you should remember is when you do, you use anyone's work, yeah, in social media, giving attribution and linking back to the original work. This will actually protect you. Yeah. You normally people will say that I giving attribution and linking to the other people, yeah, to the original work, I will save from infringement. Yeah. But still, if the person wants to take action to action against you, he can do it, because actually you need permission. Yeah, if you want to use other people's work, you need permission. Actually, yeah, the owner clearly meant for anyone to use it. They posted it on social media. Oh, they said, alah, memang ada dekat social media lah. Kenapa pula tak boleh nak share? So no, walaupun it is might be easier to copy, but the work is still protected under copyright. Then sometimes they say that the work is very lousy. There is no even a slightest creativity. Remember, copyright doesn't care about quality. Even the ugliest work of the world that you copy without authorization is also considered as copyright infringement. Can be amount to copyright infringement. The owner complains, I can just take it down. Yes, it's good. If let's say if let's say you know, I take Dr. Adia's work into my Facebook. I say that whenever that Dr. Adia's complain, I can take it down. So I take it out. So meaning that make you satisfied. Yeah. But still, if you want to take action against me, you can do it. Yeah. It is not the reason for you not to actually to bar you from take action against the person who stole your work without authorization. Yeah. Okay, the do's and don'ts, copyright social media, the do's and don'ts. Yeah. Okay. For example, copyright free stock photos. Okay. You can take it from the free stock photos, but only for personal use, no commercial use. Yeah. Paid stock photos also. Yeah. You have to look at the licensing agreement. Yeah, what are what are the things that is allowed and what is the thing is not allowed. Yeah, and licensed music, for example, I know that in TikTok and in IG they give you music, then you can create videos with the music. Yes, that one is okay because it comes with the one that is available by the IG. So IG and TikTok, they have paid the royalties to the owner of the music, but not other music that you took it. If you remember, even if you take videos, then you put it in your Facebook, and suddenly Facebook ban, block your posting, because because sometimes you are in the car, you are playing music in your car, but then you put, you do something like, okay, you see that so many people not wearing masks, blah blah blah, but the music is still on. So that music actually makes the Facebook or the IG, whatever, actually then block automatically, because they don't get license to do it in their social media. Except from other authors, yeah, you have to make sure that you take it and you have to, link it back to the original authors. Image from other brands, yeah, get permission to share the image. Yeah, don't don't tag it. Yeah, it's good sometimes. Yes, some people like it because once they've been tagged, they are becoming more popular. But still, in Malaysia, I always say that niat tidak menghalalkan cara. Yeah, although you do it, you give good things to other people, but still, actually, it is not allowed in the copyright. Yeah. Okay, so how to protect your own content? First, once you want to copy paste, you look at the copyscape. Yeah, their premium plan is exceptional, and they will let you know if anyone plagiarized your work. So you can look at your copyscape. Place your brand name and or logo somewhere on the image. Some people, they put it there in the at the background, like what do you call it? Like something that is digitally embedded in the picture, so people cannot just copy. If they copy, they have to copy the digital embedded name as well. Yeah. So then the answer to my questions earlier on, yeah, sharing, you have fulfilled copyright protection requirement and own the copyright, then you can share. So you may share, distribute, reproduce your work if you have fulfilled the requirements. So it belongs to you. Yeah. But if you take other people's work without authorization, you are stealing. If you share something that people's work without authorization, you are stealing. So that is actually the answer between stealing, sharing and stealing. So that's it. Terima kasih. Thank you. I pass it back to you, Dr. Adia. Stop sharing now. Eh?
Okay, thank you very much, Prof. Nazura, for the insightful presentation and also very interesting theme that we will discuss after this. And for me, even though I am originally from the international law and my expertise is on the air law, but I have a very big interest on the cyber law and also yeah, social media and everything connected to social media, because if you see in the participants, some of them put the code IOTJ. This is my class, the Internet of Things class. And so, yeah, I asked them to join us and hear your speech, because this is very enlightening for the students. Okay, so yeah, stealing and sharing is very different. Yeah, we can use the music in the IG for reels, for a story. Yeah, if we use the music from IG, so it is safe for us because they have already paid it. But if, for example, I'm going on a picnic with my husband, and then I make a kind of romantic video with him, and the background is the music from my car. That is there will be a possibility for me to infringe the copyright of the song. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Okay. So for the participants, do you have any questions regarding the interesting presentation from Prof. Nazura? This is very close to our daily life, actually. And for those of you, the younger people, the
you are still young,
millennial.
Dr. Adia. You are the younger one. You belong to that young generation.
Yeah, almost 40, bro.
Oh, but you look young. You look younger than your age.
Thank you. Oh, you made my day too. Well, actually, I'm 17 at heart forever. So yeah, biologically, I will be 40 in a couple years, but I'm still 17 at heart forever. Okay. Yeah. So in the chat box, we have one question. So Adri Miduk Moranta, I would like to ask about music copyright. What do you think about musicians that cover other artists' songs and exceeding its record, whether it get more views than the original on online platforms, or to be simple, like the cover get more famous than the original? Is it a violation against copyright, and how can the original musician protect themselves regarding this case? This has happened frequently, Prof.
Yeah. Yeah, this is good questions. Yeah, you will get these questions from the young generation because they like it. Yeah. This happened to me last night. Yeah, when I just browsed through my Facebook, and suddenly there was like a post suddenly came in saying about can't remember the name. It's Malaysian singer, the new one. So although as what I mentioned, yeah, you are 17 at heart. I'm always 28 at heart. Yeah, in heart, yeah, at heart. Yeah. I don't really. It's Aina Abdul. I don't know whether you know that person, this person or not. She sang a song originated by Adele, "Easy on Me," if I'm not mistaken. But I think it's very new song. Then she sing it very, 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 very well, and there was like comment saying that inside it, and then I started to Google it and try to get what is actually happened. And Adele as well recognize and say something about Aina Abdul in her own IG. So how good she is, yeah. Among the other singers that are also good, she is among that is selected by Adele to be sort of recognized, yeah, in the IG. So this is how they do it through online, through online. Yeah, singing singing other people's song. Yeah, that the song is not belong to Adele. The song is belong to the the recording company. Yeah, the company that actually pay Adele to sing. Adele will get other rights as well. She will get whatever is in the contract between her and the company. So it belongs to the company. So yeah, when even in Malaysia, I believe in Indonesia, when you have, like, for example, let's say you have a celebration in or party, yeah, majlis, for example, in a hotel. In a hotel, normally macam annual dinner, for example, yeah. Then of course in annual dinner, I know Indonesia, they like dinner, whatever parties, yeah, they will sing and and dance, yeah. When you sing other people's copyright work. Okay, in Malaysia, if you go and use the hotel, for example, then suddenly they will send you letter that you have to pay some licensing fee, because they presume and assume that you will sing other people's song. So meaning you have to pay for the royalties. So this is done because they have like collecting societies paying for them. Yeah, and I believe, yeah, I'm not that sure, but I think I should find the answer. I believe this has been done by YouTube. So let's say they cover the song. Yeah, of course, as I mentioned to what been repeated by Dr. Adia just now. Let's say you have a romantic kind of video, yeah, making, yeah, showing your romantic scene with your husband. Then suddenly the music coming from the car audio, yeah, and then if you post it in Facebook, they will, or IG, they will quickly cut it. They will quickly block. Yeah, you can try later on. Yeah, if you want to put music and suddenly it is perhaps it's not immediately, but later on they will take it out. They take it out. But then for this YouTube, I believe YouTube has done some arrangement. Yeah, otherwise they cannot make the cover song very easily like that. Very easy, because there are issues there, Dr. Adia and all the students. YouTube has been what do you call it, sued, yeah, by many what do you call it, music company. Yeah, by music company. But even one of the case is on a SpongeBob and SquarePants. That one, yeah. That company has actually sued them, I think, for years, yeah, before they can actually then settle the case outside the court. But there was, so they learn from there. They say that we don't make money, we give free platform, but they make money from advertisement. Yeah, because once you get hits so much, so people will go to your YouTube channel, and then more advertisement in your channel, right? So this is how they make money. So I believe, if not, it is amounted to infringement of copyright. Yeah, but since it is okay in YouTube, then I can see that. I always ask myself, how can this possible? Because this is amount to, okay. There is one. My second opinion is my second views is because of this cover, why didn't the company take action? Because this cover song always give positive impact to the album, positive impact to the singer. Am I right? Because the more people sing the song, the more people will find the song and will subscribe or will buy the album. So this is, I think, among the reasons why they don't make it a big fuss out of it. Yeah, I hope that I have answered the questions.
Okay, so there are two sides on this kind of things. One side is economically, the music company felt that they are being infringed the copyright, and so they lost some profit due to the cover version. But for the singer, actually, it's kind of promotion for them, because yeah, the more people watch the video of the covers, then they will look for the original version, yeah, the original singer, I think.
Yeah.
And yeah, actually, for this, related to the previous question, I have one question. Well, I love to sing, Prof. Yeah, and I make some short cover version on some songs and post it on my IG. Yeah, it's on 1 or 2 minutes. Is it also infringe the copyright of the song?
Okay. That's why there are a lot of people singing. You know, it's very. I think it's very impossible for you to restrict people to sing and share. A lot of people, yeah.
Yeah.
I don't. Okay, okay. Look it at the position in the law. When you sing other people's what they call song, yeah, meaning that you are showing, you are showing, because you remember in exclusive rights there are reproduction, showing, playing, that is the exclusive rights belong to the owner of the copyright. So when you sing, meaning that you are showing, or you are, you are showing the song, so it may amount to infringement of copyright. But in copyright, they not only that, yeah, if in order for you to get caught in the infringement, there are also other requirements. For example, it must be something that is substantial. When you sing substantial part. If let's say Dr. Adia, you did it part of it, very short one, then I don't see that they have enough evidence against you, because it is like, no, not a very insubstantial part that you are singing. You said that 1 or 2 minutes just now, yeah. So infringement comes with other requirements, yeah, which actually being translated from the case law. Yeah, from the case. Sometimes it's not in the act, it's not in the statute, yeah, or in the code, but it's in the decision, the case law. I hope that I answer your question.
Okay, so if next time I want to cover a song, then I will read first the law, yeah, especially the Indonesian law on that, yeah. And maybe if for example we put the singer, the writer in the caption, we put the title of the song, the singer, and then the writer, the company. Is it is it will be safer for us in order, yeah, to give us protection?
Yeah, I think if it is done by the user itself, like you, I don't see a big issue. Yeah, because why? One is you don't do it for commercial purpose. As long as you don't do it for commercial purpose, I think you're safe. And if you put this, because if, even though you don't use it for commercial purpose, according to the copyright, if you do it publicly, you have to acknowledge. So if you put the name of the song and the name of the perhaps singer and the composer, it is better, better for you. So if anything, any case against you, at least you have done to, I hope there is no case, because it is not commercial. Unless you use it for commercial purposes, then it's going to be perhaps an issue later on.
Okay. Yeah? So I don't have to take down all my videos on my IG.
I don't see. Share me your IG, then I can watch how you sing.
Yeah.
I like singing as well, but when you become more younger and younger, yeah, you don't you don't sing so. Yeah, I
So we can,
sing.
yeah, we can do it on smooth.
Yes, I think one day. one day. Okay.
Okay. Okay,
Okay.
Prof. Next question from
Oh, this is for
Arby.
okay.
Yeah, in the chat box, Gaby, sebentar ya. Okay, in regards to the infringement of copyright with novel and film or movie, is publication itself sufficient satisfaction to the legal requirement of causal connection in order to succeed in a claim of infringement of copyright? And is there a legal duty for the court to examine and evaluate both the distinct materials being the subject matter under the claim on infringement of copyright?
Is there something about publication itself sufficient satisfaction to the legal requirement? Connection in order to succeed, and is there a legality of the court that is related both to distinct materials? Okay, right. So of course, yeah, when you talk about infringement, this is, I think they said some, these questions actually are piece here, referring it to this, what they call it as, what they call it just now is, I can't remember the name, section 8 of the Copyright Act, when you actually do, you transform, transformation of work from one, from a novel to film. Yeah, for copyright with novel and film is publication itself sufficient satisfaction to the legal requirement person. Okay, causal connection here is, because I just mentioned to you, Dr. Adia, when you said that infringement is done, there are quite a number of requirements, yeah, based on the court cases. Yeah, one is, of course, we have to look at the causal connection, because that connection meaning that is the similarity. Yeah, the similarity between, sorry, one is similarity, the second one is causal connection. One is, of course, you say that, oh, this is the movie, this is the novel. Why? It is so similar. It is so similar. But that the movie said that I don't take from the novel. Then they go to the next one, causal connection. Is there any ways, yeah, for the makers of the film to be connected to that particular novel? If the novel has published, as what you said just now, it is already, I think I can see that obvious evidence that there is causal connection, because people can have access to the novel, then they can copy. Yeah, unless the novel is still in manuscript level, then it's very difficult, because it is not in the unless the filmmaker is your friend and you have showed the manuscript to your friend, and you can prove that I have shared the what do you call it, the manuscript with your friend, and then that is where causal connection happens. Yeah, so yeah, I would say that publication, yeah, it is self sufficient, yeah, to satisfy that particular claim. Yeah. Yeah, of course, legal duty to court to examine to the similarity between both works. Yeah, they have to look at the similarity, the causal connection. There are two important things when court want to decide whether there are infringement or not, in that case. Right? That's a good question. All right. The next one would be the Creative Commons license. How is Malaysia experience about that? I assume that Malaysia need knowledge about. Okay. Common Creative license. The Creative Commons license is normally used by the publisher. By the publisher, especially in what they call it, open access publication. I think the idea, you might be very familiar with open access. So most of our journal, which has high impact journal like Scopus or ISI or WS, normally is within the OA or open access publication. So when they have open access publication, in order for the publication to easily work on the copyright work, so they will ask the author to click on the Creative Commons license, meaning that they give license. You don't sign your rights. You give license only. So once you give license, so the other people can use your work, but for non-commercial purpose. Yeah, but this is more of like that kind of arrangement. But for social media, I am not very sure how it works. Perhaps in YouTube, perhaps, yeah, when they share in YouTube's, they give license saying that you can share, you can share, you can share, but not for commercial purpose. But remember, yeah, when you are in social media, be it Facebook, YouTube, TikTok, what else? Twitter, LinkedIn, whatever. Yeah. Um, once you be a member, yeah, you can see that you sign up. You sign up. Of course, when you sign up, they will give you certain terms and conditions. Please read, just for the sake of knowledge. Of course, all the time we don't read, because what we want is to use the platform, to use the facilities, yeah, the infrastructure. So just read for the sake of your knowledge. Look at inside the terms and conditions. Who owns the copyright in everything that you share in the social media? If they say that it belongs to the company of YouTube, then you actually, everything that you share in the social media belongs to the company, belongs to Facebook, belongs to the YouTube, not belong to you anymore. So then that is another issue as well. Yeah. Okay.
So in terms of posting anything in social media, we have to be very careful. Yeah, double checking who owns the right, and then also, yeah, in terms of uh, we have to make sure what are written, yeah, but what we write is also polite to other people, because yeah, in Indonesia we have kind of a sentence like a netizen maha benar. So yeah, so the netizen is always right, and yeah, their comments is sometimes they I don't know. Sometimes I want to open their head and look at their brains and try to figure out what are they thinking when they are writing it, because harsh words and everything. Sometimes I am ashamed as a part of the netizen if I found kind of things. Okay, Prof. Next, Gabby, the host want to ask you in person. Prof.
Thank you, Mrs. Adia. Good morning, Professor. I would like to ask a question. We know that in this digital economic era nowadays, many people are interested to make any content and share in digital platform. The existence of media sharing networks, for example, YouTube, which allows a creator, like video creator, content creator, to express their creativity, one of which is in the form of video. However, when this content creator often disturbed by some people who use their music videos without permission. Usually, the person uses music videos created by the content creators, either completely or only part of it, like they cut the video to put it in their own video so they can review it, or to make the reactions about the video that created by the content creator. Um, as the result of this, the rights of a content creator have the potential to be disturbed. How is the legal protection for the music videos produced by the content creator on YouTube against video comment content made by other parties without permission based on the law in Malaysia? And how would you comment about this particularly issue, which content creator usually get their videos cut without permission by other parties, especially if the video reaction maker is from different countries? That's my question. Thank you so much, Professor.
Okay, thank you, Miss Gabby. Right, this is very good question because it happens a lot. It happens a lot. Yeah. Okay. Of course, the content creator, yeah, perhaps they have the rights, yeah, copyrights rights, yeah, on the video, right? But then, as you said, some people, what they do is they would like to give comments. And this is also done by a commentator, like I just mentioned, Aina Abdul, when she sang the song of "Easy on Me." Someone from Poland, yeah, he did like that. You know, the thing, the video, he cut and then he gave comment. You know, the cut and give comment. Yeah. Okay, in Malaysia, according to Section 13, Subsection 2, Subsection 1, I did put it in my slides, is what you call it as fair dealings. Yeah, fair dealings. One of the reasons of fair dealings, apart from private studying and non-profitable research, is comments. Yeah, fair comments. Yeah, fair comments meaning that you do something fairly. Let's say the one that Aina Abdul was doing, they comment it fairly, even though that particular person didn't get permission for Aina Abdul. That is okay because it is permitted under the exclusion or exemption of the copyright. Yeah, but some people said that if you do fair comment, it's okay. But what you said just now, Miss Gabby, is some people they do it negatively. Yeah, so negatively, then of course they will say that, oh, I am doing it for fair comment. No, if you do it, it can go up to negatively. It is that person perhaps perhaps if, let's say, for example, it's difficult for the author of the music. Let's say, for example, Aina Abdul, is difficult for Aina Abdul to take action under copyright, under exclusive rights. She can take actions against that person's under moral rights. Moral rights is one, is you have to be put whatever that work belong to you. If that person take, they have to mention your name. Yeah, let's say books, you have to, even you give a sign to other company, also the company must put your name there. That is a must. Yeah, or if you modify, let's say in the case of Aina Abdul and that person, they modify, right? They cut the video and then they comment, they cut the video, so they modify. So the modification also must get permission. Yeah, you must get permission from the, otherwise you will go against the moral rights. So that the author can take action under moral rights rather than exclusive right. Still, exclusive rights you can take as well, but moral rights is better, because if, let's say, you lose your rights under copyright, you still retain the moral rights, is still in you, so you still can get remedies or compensation under the moral rights. Yeah, I hope that I answer your question, Ms. KB. I think we are in our final
Final minutes.
yeah. Thank you
Okay,
very
so
much.
I would like to invite Dr. Trilaksmi to give some comments, or maybe, yeah.
Yeah. So, yeah, thank you. So I will give the close speech. Is that okay? Yeah. Okay. Good morning. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Professor Dr. Nazura. My apology for the trouble internet connection this morning. Yeah. On behalf of Faculty of Law, Universitas Diponegoro, I would like to express our heartfelt gratitude for Professor Dr. Nazura, who kindly accepted our invitation and gave the insightful presentation today. Actually, today is our last visiting lecture in this year, in 2021. I'm very glad that the series of visiting lecture has been organized very well and hopefully can bring a lot of benefit for all participants. We do hope the collaboration, networking, academic activities between Faculty of Law Universitas Diponegoro and Faculty of Law UGM will always continue in the future, Prof. We are also very thankful to all participants, the committee, to take a part of the visiting lecture program 2021. And finally, it's a big hope all of you in a good condition, even in this pandemic COVID-19. And yeah, see you again, inshallah, in the visiting lecture, Faculty of Law, Universitas Diponegoro, 2022. Thank you very much. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Thank you, Professor.
Thank you very much, Prof. Laksmi. Thank you very much.
Please visit us in Faculty of Law in Semarang, Indonesia.
Inshallah, it's my pleasure. Yeah.
Okay, thank you, Dr. Laksmi, for the speech. Prof. Nazura, would you mind to give us like the closing remarks or maybe kind of motivation for us regarding this theme? Yeah,
Okay.
so that we will be able to be better in posting our in our social media. Yeah, maybe 1, 2, 3 minutes, Prof.
Okay, thank you very much, Tadia. I think I have talked so much for the past 1 hour and also 1.5 hours, I suppose. And I would like to thank all of you for being patient today to listen to whatever that I have said. I hope it gives so much benefit to all of you. At least, yeah, to a certain extent, you know what is the right and the wrong, the do's and the don'ts. Yeah, I know that it's not easy for us to follow. Yeah, everything that I just mentioned, but at least you know the rights. Yeah, as long as it is not a commercial purposes, then I think you are in a safe side. Yeah, and for Dr. Adia, keep on singing. Don't worry. I don't think that anyone will sue you. Even if they want to sue you, they listen to your song, then they stop doing it. Yeah. I wish you all the best. I wish you all here the best, and I should congratulate the Faculty of Law at Diponegoro University for having such a, I think, tremendous, very good program, yeah, which actually involve the international scholars, yes, so that your students also will actually expose to a lot of things, because I think this pandemic, yeah, if you see it, of course, all of us don't like it, yeah, but you have to admit that this pandemic comes not only with the negative things, yeah, but it comes with the positive reason as well, yeah. If not, it's not easy for us to be gathered today, like here, like what we are doing now. I think last 2 days I'm with University of Ansot, University of General Sudirman, with their students, yeah. And today, after 2 days, I'm with you, all of you. If, let's say, for example, it is a physical one, it's almost impossible, because, you know, to travel from one place to another, it takes hours, and it takes all your energy. Yeah. Then I think keep on doing this good thing. Yeah. Last, sharing is caring, but to share, you must be careful.
Okay, thank you so much, Prof. Nazura, and I hope our cooperation and collaboration will be continue in the future. And yeah, we will. I'm sure we will invite you again in our visiting lecture, visiting professor, and other activities next year. And yeah, we hope that you can come in person here, and maybe we can visit Bu Laksmi to
Yes.
UKM one day. Okay, well, yeah.
I think we have to take pictures normally.
Yeah, after this, Gabby will take pictures. Yeah. Okay, so it's an honor for me to be serving as your moderator today. Very insightful, very enlightening, Prof, for us. And actually, for this team, I think we need more times, yeah, more than 2 hours maybe. Okay, but next time. Yeah. Okay. Once again, thank you very much, Prof. Nazura, for coming here. Thank you, Dr. Laksmi. Thank you, all the participants. Thank you, host. And I'm so sorry if I have any kind of mistake and error during guiding you to this morning session. Okay, thank you very much. I give it back to host. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Thank you very much, Mrs. Dr. Adia Paramita Prabandari, for guiding us throughout the discussion session. And again, I would like to say thank you very much for Professor Nazura for lecturing us in this beautiful morning with such knowledge and insights. Ladies and gentlemen, the time has passed so fast that unfortunately we have come to the end of today's visiting lecturer. But before that, we are going to have a photo session that will be led by me. To all guests and participants, you may turn your camera on and please be ready. We will soon begin the photo session. Please, you can turn on your camera now.
To the student of my class, please turn on your camera, or unless I will not pick on your presence.
Yes, we are still waiting for several participants to turn their camera on so we can begin today's photo session. All right, I have seen some faces. Maybe we can wait for a bit more, yeah, Mrs. Adia? All right. Okay, we will now begin the photo session. We will begin from the first slide on my side. 3, 2, 1, smile. Okay, to the next slide. 3, 2, 1, smile. And I think it's just 2 slides because for other slides, they're still turned off their camera. So it's enough for the photo session. Thank you very much. Excellencies, distinguished guests, participants, ladies and gentlemen, it has been a wonderful morning with all of you. Thank you very much to all guests and participants, and also to our speakers and honorable guests for attending today's visiting lecturer. Let us all be guided by the knowledge that we have learned throughout the lecture so we can influence ourselves for the better. As your master of ceremonies, signing out from the visiting lecturer regarding of social media and copyrights. Thank you very much. Stay healthy and see you on the next visiting lecturer 2022 by Faculty of Law Diponegoro University. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Good morning. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Prof.
Thank you.
Nazura.
Thank you, Prof. Nazura.